to the chassis dyno today. 248X Dynojet, similar to the one the truck ran on last time. Not the same one, but we wanted to re-baseline. At any rate, we ran it closed exhaust. We ran it with the open cutouts, and I even put a set of wheels and tires on it that weighed less than the ones that I normally run. And did not get the results that I expected. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna go ahead and go to the footage here, show you what we got going on. We did about 6 runs total. We figured it out pretty fast. It was gonna do what it was gonna do. And I'll bring you to the results and we'll talk about that and discuss it. All right, so this is gonna be dyno run number 1. We're re-baselining. Basically to see where we're at. Everything's the same on the truck, minus I put 456 gears in it from the last time it was on the dyno. So this is the re-baseline. This would be the best of 3 pulls here, but here it is. Alright, as you can see there, we've got our run in, nothing too strange. Had a weird backfire letting off. That's never done before, but it is what it is. I digress. So we stopped for a moment, I reached under, I undid the manual caps on the cutouts, and here's the next set of pulls here. This would be the best of 2 with them pulls. Alright, so we made the pull with the cutouts open just to see the difference there. We'll get into that in a moment. A little less than what I expected, but it is what it is. I digress. We rolled it off in front of the dyno. I changed the wheels and tires. My 18s that I run on the truck on the street come in at 58 pounds. These wheels off my old Tahoe and tires come in at 47.5. So 10.5 pound difference. I've read some different threads from old forum posts on the internet, said there was huge or decent power gains to be had. We'll get into that a little bit later, but again, so wheels and tires are changed, is back on the dyno, and we're gonna make our pull with that and show you the results here. Alright, so let's talk about the results. Got it pulled up here. Got my graph here. Plus I got it pulled up here on the computer. So in the blue here, maybe you'll see it better here. Yeah. So that was the first run. 330.04, 5,300 RPM. The torque, it's showing kind of high, but if you're looking at this is the converter flash, and even with it locked, I'd say somewhere around here, it's about 4,300 RPM. It's leveling off, and that's about 359, 360 torque. Makes more sense. So next run here in green, Maybe it'd be better if I just continue here. 328.77. That's open cutouts. You can see it shifted to 5,600 RPM though. But look at the graph. It railroad tracks. So only thing I can say about this, where you're probably thinking the same thing I did. Oh, it lost power? Well, not maybe that it lost power, but you know, we shut the truck off after this last run here. I grabbed my channel locks and gloves and I uncapped the exhaust. We started back up, so it might have cooled off some. I don't know. But basically it railroad tracked. It's funny though that it peaked a little higher in the curve. It says it picked up torque on the converter flash maybe, but you could see, look at those lines, it railroad tracked. Then for the last test, you can see I put those old Tahoe wheels on. They're 10.5 pounds a piece lighter, so 21 total. And it obviously cooled down because took me a few minutes to change out the wheels and tires, and we had to put it back on the dyno and shut it off, strap it down yet again. It's, again, you see the torque numbers. You know it didn't lose torque from lighter wheels and tires. That's just the spike's a little different. And, but yeah, makes the exact same power. They all pretty much railroad track each other. So, color me a bit confused. We're going to delve in here. I'm going to pull up some threads I found online, some older threads that showed you pick up power from going to a lighter wheel and tire. I didn't expect to pick up a lot, being it was only 21 pounds combined, but I figured a little bit shift in power. None. This is a 248X Dynojet. It's fairly new. They've maybe had, including my truck, maybe 24 vehicles on it. So it's been calibrated, etc., etc. There's nothing wrong with the dyno. It's reading right. It's doing what it should do. Yeah. And as far as the whole thing with open cutouts versus the exhaust, at the power level I'm at, or lack of, however you want to say it, obviously I built a pretty damn good exhaust system. I'm going to go ahead and pat myself in the back right now, and but I'm going to continue to run with open cutouts at the track because it just sounds cool, and I think in some cases it rattles the guy in the other lane when he hears how loud the truck is. So hopefully put the other engine in, making good amount more power. The cutouts will help. Otherwise they're a novelty. So let me pull these threads up. We're going to go through them one by one and look at some stuff. And actually we're just going to do the wheel and tire one for now. The other one about 4L60 to 4L80E, that's for another day, another video coming soon. But let me stop this, pull up this thread, and we'll go over some things. Alright, so I've got these threads pulled up, going in the archives with message boards here. This one's from MB World. You're saying Mercedes-Benz? Yeah, but so here's the deal. Davenport Motorsports of Canada, they wanted to see the dyno effects of running different wheels on cars. Took a factory 2012 SS, ran 3 dyno runs. First run, set of, yeah, we don't care about that. Let's go here. So, they don't have the graph, can't see it because this thread's older. But, blue curve, factory wheels with Pirelli tires, 68 pounds per wheel and tire. 371 horse, 375 torque. That's your baseline. Aftermarket wheel, similar width and size tire. 4 pounds more, 72 pounds combined. 369, 373. So it lost 2 horse, 2 foot-pounds of torque. Okay. Green curve. They put some aftermarket HREs with wider tires. 60 pounds a piece. So they're 8 pounds a piece lighter. So that'd be 16 pounds overall, less rotational mass. I lost 21 off my truck switching those wheels. Okay, we're going to gain something, right? 380 horse, 384 torque. Gain of 8 horsepower. They're saying it's actually 9 if they did 371, and 9 foot-pounds of torque. Okay. Clearly that's not what happened in my case. So I'm gonna do this on my phone because it's just plain easier here. But here's my old dyno graph. This is with the 410s. The 336 number is with the factory converter that was failing, and the 335/84 run was with the TSI converter that barely flashed. It was actually flashed lower than the stock converter. And there's the torque peak. It was wonky because the lockup clutch on the stock converter, but it's saying 4,700 RPM. Not what we saw here, obviously. 4,700. It's rolling down, so I don't know. But this next thread we're going to check out, going back to the message board again. So if you look at those two, best dyno to best dyno, I'm down almost 6 horsepower. Okay, I can say that's from the gears. So this one was in an F body and a 7.5 rear. Power drop going from 342 to 410. Guy says his brother-in-law sent him a dyno sheet from his car. Went from 342 to 410 in a 6-speed car. Lost 15 horse, 17 foot-pounds of torque. Glad I didn't lose that much. This guy here, he says you'll see a horsepower drop. It's normal. He lost only 5 horsepower, 273 to 342. That seems more like my scenario, where I lost about 6 from 410 to 456. There's another guy, 342 to 410. He lost 18 horse, 15 foot-pounds of torque. This is another one, the automatic car, 323 to 410s, lost 13 horse, 24 torque. So, I know that's digging deep. I mean, that thread on LS1 Tech's from 05, and let me see, the one in the Mercedes-Benz forum, that's going back to 2012. So, we're going back a bit here, but I checked these threads, and I'm like, alright, I put lighter wheels and tires by their math. I'm going to pick up, what, you know, almost 20. And then what people are saying they're losing from the gears. So I said, okay, it's going to lose about that much and kind of even itself out. And then this whole exhaust cutout thing. I have a friend, Rob, I mentioned him before, is down in Conroe, Texas. He went to School of Automotive Machinists, and they dynoed his F-body car there. He's got a catback and long tubes on the car, all the bolt-ons, stock heads and cam. And he said he picked up like 9 horsepower on Sam's dyno. Totally believe it, but cross-flow muffler. So they're not the best flowing thing. So I digress there. Again, I built a pretty good exhaust system for what power level I'm at here. Video after this, we're going to go back to and kind of update using some of this information from this dyno session and some other stuff I found. But we're going to revisit the whole Truck Norris, Chopacabra, similar cams like that a lot of people a while back were just posting a bunch of crap on forums and putting videos out here claiming, oh yeah, I've got bolt-ons and I put this cam in and had it tuned on 93 and you know it made 400 horsepower. No, it didn't. Some of them people, their videos have disappeared. I can't even find them anymore. So either I'm blocked because I made some comments, or they took them down because they were bullcrap. Either way, I don't care. But we're going to revisit that in an upcoming video and use some of these things I found, and etc., and kind of do the whole math again, and go over it again, because some people just don't want to accept the reality of things. They want to go to a dial a horsepower dyno that reads high and is happy, as I say, and get that dyno graph to wave around and feel good about themselves. We'll wrap it up here in a minute, but I just wanted to go back, like I said, to the forums and my old dyno graph and the current one, and kind of compare notes. Alright, so there you have it. There's the results. Why the torque's reading more like it should. They're both 248X dynos. I don't know. But 360 seems about where it should be, considering the mods and everything. Obviously, we look back at the old forum posts and those threads, kind of tried to make sense of the numbers. I'm still a little confused about the whole not picking up any power from the wheel weight difference. And yes, I know I'm a dummy, and I kept saying 21 pounds or whatever. It was 19. I wasn't mathing good earlier. So, but I've heard from certain people, no names, oh, well, we all know what lighter weight wheels do. Apparently we don't. Those are the same types of people that say I don't test either, and clearly I do. But hopefully, before I get on a tangent here, you got something out of this video. It was helpful, useful, entertaining, or all of the above. Stay tuned. We've got more parts to add on to the truck. We've got more testing to do here. And when the weather cools off, we'll be back to the track to run 12s finally, and probably do it with, jump in with 2 feet. So if you made it this far, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and we'll see you next time.